Spartans 45-20 over the Eagles. 12:09 to go in the fourth quarter, and Brian Hoyer comes in at quarterback. Drew Stanton's day is done, and now Hoyer, who comes from North Olmsted, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, comes in to make his 06 debut. In fact, he is a sophomore. And you would consider him the heir apparent to Drew Stanton. Some final numbers on Drew Stanton in the first half and the second half. Very, very similar, but he produced a couple of touchdowns.
I don't like that mouthpiece in the ear. You got all that stuff. You got the spit and the saliva on there, and I know he's going to shower afterwards. He got a nice haircut. But a Heisman Trophy candidate should not have a mouthpiece hanging over his left ear.
That's a look. That could be a Bluetooth.
Nah, it's like
could be on the phone.
That's like wearing your hat side or backwards or sideways. That's not the right way to do it.
So Brian Hoyer in at quarterback right now, and he has an interesting storyline. He and his dad, when he was a senior in high school, kind of got sick of all the recruiting letters and the phone calls and whatnot coming in, so they decided to go out and visit schools on their own. And Mike, they traveled some 10,000 miles they put on their car over 20 weekends to go discover where this young man would like to end up going to college. And East Lansing was the winner.
Only 200 miles away.
I mean,
that's maybe a little bit longer, but once you get in that turnpike, I think the speed limit's 95 miles an hour.
Who's driving?
The police. The police. Yeah. You know, those 10,000-mile trip, Craig, I don't know if they had the right map in front. They got to go GPS. They could have cut that trip in half to 5,000 miles.
It wasn't one trip. It was a lot of trips.
Well, he's a great addition to this program. I remember my first opportunity to play in college football, and my parents were there. And look at it. He's got his mouthpiece up in his helmet. See, Stanton's not setting a good example. Put your mouthpiece in, son. That's how it works.
There you go. It's a habitual thing. That's all it is.
It's an issue thing, but it's an opportunity for him to show what he can do because they have some fine recruits coming in. They got a redshirt freshman, Connor Dixon, that is waiting in the wings. But they don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about Brian Hoyer right now, and he's trying to orchestrate a drive here. And that's your main goal when you're the backup quarterback. There shouldn't be a drop-off when you go in the game. You communicate to the guys, let's get it done. It's all of us together. Let's take one play at a time. Let's work hard on first, second, and third down. Because there's only one voice in the huddle, and that's the quarterback's voice unless you have somebody that doesn't listen well.
Deion Curry on that last reception. Jimerson on the run, straight down the sideline, stays on his feet, and he's going to be called out of bounds on the sideline, stays on his feet, and he's going to be called out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Oh, did he want 6? But the 6 he got was the stop at that yard line.
Say, both of these backs, Javon Ringer and A.J. Jimerson, don't they kind of mirror each other? I mean, when he turned the sideline, he turned up the sideline here, it looked just like Ringer going in the open field. They're almost built out of the same mold, but he has determination to get in that end zone. And that's what you work hard in a weight room for. Not to allow one person to bring you down and stretch that extra yard to get in the end zone. And I'd like to see the Spartans hand off again to him to get him in the end zone finally.
That was close along the sideline there. He was ruled out at the 6. First and goal there. And Hoyer does not get the snap off before the play clock expires. So first and goal at the 6 will be first and goal at the 11.
Game. Number 7 is 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And I know the situation. The coach is yelling at you, get in and out of the huddle. Come on, you can't do this. But the bottom line is, it's not his fault. I mean, it is his fault technically because he has a clock right in front of him. But it was late getting to play in the game. Hustle up, guys. A little bit more tempo.
Michigan State has played fairly penalty-free in the first couple of games. Only their 4th of the game. Jimerson trying to turn the corner to the outside. Inside the 5. And he's brought down at the 2-yard line. So a 9-yard pickup.
You know, my vantage point from up here, and probably yours as well, Craig, is when Michigan State gets to the perimeter or the sideline, they have more speed getting there. It doesn't look like his defense has as much speed as Michigan State's defense. And they've shut down the running game of Eastern Michigan all afternoon. They have very few perimeter plays run that to the outside.
Jimerson having a nice day off the bench, 78 yards. Gets the call again, straight up the middle. Flags come flying in. And we're going to have motion, it looks like, on Michigan State. Or maybe a hold. Let's see. False start. Michigan State very balanced on their success offensively. 27 first downs, 13 on the ground,
Illegal
13
formation.
through the air.
6 men on the line of scrimmage on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And this is good game experience. This is something you can't simulate in practice. You know, you get your backups, your second guys. They need reps at game speed conditions.
Second down and goal from the 7. Jimerson the call again. Puts his hat straight down into a defender. Runs into a wall. Maybe a yard there. As the clock continues to run for the Spartans, 8:30 to go in the ball game.
Well, you look in the pit here. Jimerson gets the handoff. That's a collision. That's Holtzclaw. Freshman All-American, number 44 for Eastern Michigan. Now, that's a pop. I like the sound of those pops. I mean, they're so impactful in your helmet. And television does a nice job pretty much giving you what happens down there on the field.
Look at the running back's numbers. Third down play. Jimerson dances into the end zone. Another Michigan State touchdown.
Well, Holtzclaw was there, number 44, the middle linebacker. We just called his name. He just didn't bring his legs after the initial contact. And Jimerson just slippery. Slippery, and smooth getting into the end zone.
Tell you what, Mike, you mentioned Jimerson's speed to the outside. I think he may have a step on Ringer. This guy is fast to the outside.
It seems like his first two steps are gaining so much ground, and then before you look at it, he's 20 yards down the field. And he works very well with their offense with that zone read play, the option play, even out of the backfield.
And he has gained some valuable time as the extra point makes it 52-20. 28 straight points scored by the Spartans after their lead was cut down to only 4 in the second half.